defendant, Trezell West, guilty of felony, to wit, involuntary manslaughter, in violation of Section 192, paren B of the Penal Code as charged in the second count of the indictment. Signed, foreperson. Third count. We, the jury, impaneled to try the above entitled case, find the defendant, Trezell West, guilty of felony, to wit, willful cruelty to a child, in violation of Section 273A, paren A of the Penal Code as charged in the third count of the indictment. Signed, foreperson. Sixth count. We, the jury, impaneled to try the above entitled case, find the defendant, Trezell West, guilty of felony, to wit, willful cruelty to child, in violation of Section 273A, paren A of the Penal Code as charged in the sixth count of the indictment. Signed, foreperson. Seventh count. We, the jury, impaneled to try the above entitled case, find the defendant, Trezell West, guilty of misdemeanor, to wit, false report of an emergency, in violation of Section 148.3, paren A of the Penal Code as charged in the seventh count of the indictment. Signed, foreperson.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, is this your true verdict as read?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Smith, is there any reason why the court should not accept the verdict as to Mr. Trezell West?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Hennessy? If the court accepts the verdict, would either counsel like the jury to be polled in regard to the verdicts for Trezell West?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Would you like me to do that per count or just as to the verdict? All right. What I'm going to ask you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'll go one by one, and the question will be, is this your true and correct verdict as read in regard to each count that you made a finding for Mr. Trezell West? Juror number 1?
Yes.
Juror number 2? Yes. Number 3?
Yes.
Number 4?
Yes.
Number 5? Number 6? Number 7? Number 8? Number 9?
Yes.
Number 10? Number 11?
Yes.
And number 12? Okay. Mr. Hennessy, is that satisfactory? Is there any reason why, in regard to Trezell West, the jury could not be excused?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Let's take the verdict then now for Jacqueline West.
Superior Court of California, County of Kern. The people of the state of California versus Jacqueline West. Case BF 188340. Verdict. Bakersfield, California, May 18, 2023. First count. We, the jury, impaneled to try the above entitled case, find the defendant, Jacqueline West, guilty of felony, to wit, murder in the second degree, in violation of Section 187, paren A of the Penal Code as charged in the first count of the indictment. Signed, foreperson. Second count. We, the jury, impaneled to try the above entitled case, find the defendant, Jacqueline West, guilty of felony,
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, is this your true verdict as to Jacqueline West as to the counts read?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Smith, is there any reason why the court should not accept the verdict in regard to Jacqueline West?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Torres Stallings? The court accepts the verdict. Would either counsel like the jury to be polled? Mr. Smith?
Submit.
Okay. Would you like me to do it the same I did for Trezell West? Again, I'm just going to ask you one by one if this is your verdict as to the counts that you did reach a verdict. Juror number 1?
Yes.
Number 2? Number 3? Number 4?
Yes.
Number 5? Number 6? Number 7? Number 8? Number 9? Number 10? Number 11? And number 12. Ms. Torres Stallings, is that satisfactory? Is there any reason why the jury may not be excused in regard to Jacqueline West?
No, Your Honor.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have now completed your jury service in this case. On behalf of all of us involved in this trial, thank you for your time. Now that the case is over, you may choose whether or not you wish to discuss the case and your deliberations with anyone. I remind you that under California law, you must wait at least 90 days before negotiating or agreeing to accept any payment for information about the case. Let me tell you about some rules the law puts in place for your convenience and protection. The lawyers in the case, the defendants, or their representatives may now talk to you about the case, including your deliberations or verdict. However, those discussions must occur only at a reasonable time and place and only if you consent. Please contact me, the court, immediately if anyone unreasonably contacts you without your consent. You probably still have the direct phone number to Lysandra. You could either contact that number or jury services. I'm not anticipating that's going to happen, but if it does. Anyone who violates the rules violates a court order and may be fined. I now order that the court's record of your personal juror identifying information, including your names, any addresses, and telephone numbers, be sealed until further order of this court. If in the future the court is asked to decide whether the information will be released, notice would then be sent to any juror who is involved. You may oppose the release of the information and ask that any hearing on the release be closed to the public. The court will decide whether and under what conditions any information may be disclosed. Again, I want to thank you for your time over the last few months on this case. This is not an easy subject matter to deal with and sort through, and along with all of the evidence. So thank you for your time, and you're going to follow Deputy Pearson out. Thank you. The jury has been excused. Counsel, can I have a seat? The alternates are released. We're going to set sentencing. Probation will contact the defendants. We'll have full reports. We'll set sentencing for July 13, 8:30 here in Department 4, and any circumstances in aggravation trial to the court as previously agreed would be tried at that same time. Is that date acceptable to the people?
It is, Your Honor.
Is it acceptable to Jacqueline West? Ms. West, do you agree? Mrs. West, do you agree to waive time for sentencing to July 13th? Okay. And Mr. Trezell West, do you also agree? Mr. Hennessy, join? All right. So July 13th, 8:30, back here in Department 4 for sentencing and court trial and circumstances in aggravation. In regard to counts 4 and 5, Mr. Smith, do you wish that to be trailed to the date of sentencing or something else?
I request trial to the date of sentencing, Your Honor.
Is there any objection? Okay, we'll trail that to the date of sentencing to decide how the people wish to proceed. Mr. Smith, is there anything further at this time on behalf of the people?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Hennessy on behalf of Mr. West. Welcome, Ms. Torres Stallings on behalf of Mrs. West. Okay, the defendants are remanded back in custody with no bail pending sentencing. Proceedings are concluded. Please turn your cameras off.